Take a lap, take a lap.
It didn't record.
It did, boys! It did, boys!
It didn't record.
It did, boys! It did, boys!
It didn't record.
It did, boys!
It didn't record.
It did, boys! It did, boys!
It didn't record.
It did, boys! It did, boys!
It didn't record.
Take a lap.
It did, boys! It did, boys!
It didn't record.
It did, boys!
It didn't record.
Take a lap.
It did, boys!
We're here to make the best ringtone known to man. Let's roll.
It didn't record.
It did, boys! It did, boys!
It didn't record.
Take a lap.
It did, boys! It did, boys!
It didn't record.
It did, boys!
It didn't record.
Wake me up every single morning.
It did, boys! It did, boys!
It didn't record.
It did, boys! It did, boys!
It didn't record.
It
This is what I'm waking up to every morning.
Take a lap. Take a lap.
It didn't record.
did.
It didn't record.
It did, boys! It did, boys!
It didn't record.
It did, boys! It did, boys!
It didn't record.
It did, boys!
Load up the voicemail, guys. The voice messages, load it up. We're doing a voicemail show. Hit the thumbs up on your way in the door. Making the best ringtone known to man.
It didn't record.
It did, boys! It did, boys!
Take a lap. Take a lap.
Boom. All right, we're saving that bad boy. We will export that in a minute. And that's what Smitty's waking up to. Go forward. This is the Fantasy Football Show, if you haven't realized it. If you just stumbled in and you're wondering what's going on, that's how we roll. Okay. Text line, heysmitty.com if you need one-on-one text advice. Voicemails better be completely loaded up. We're going to the voice messages pronto. I'm going to hit the intro and then it's on. It's voicemail time. So load it up. Instagram, The Fantasy Football Show. Leave me a voice message. Media, you better leave me a message right now. Let me punch the intro and let's get to it. And I've got some chicken bacon in the oven, so this will be a specific timed episode. Where's my intro? I just played it. How come my computer is archiving a clip that I use on the daily? I don't understand it. Now I've got to play it. Now I've got to unarchive it. Now I have to drag it. All the technology we're dealing with. We're DJing, and yet I can't get my dang intro to play.
This is the Fantasy Football Show with your host, Smitty.
Top 5 running back. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show.
Smitty! Take a lap. What is going on, everybody? Appreciate you being here. Where's my, here we go. Regular music. So, I like that little number we did. That little ringtone. Okay, time to get to the voicemails. It's your start bench advice show, one of many that we do. Let's get to it. Nev, where's my voicemail, pal? I see a text that says voicemail. You typed the word voicemail, and that's it. Joel likes the intro. Attaboy, Joel. Appreciate the super chat, pal. Okay, Nev, I'll come back to you. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Okay, here's the first voicemail.
Hit the like button, guys.
That's Terry Roberts telling you to hit the like button. Thank you, Terry, for kicking off the voicemail segment. No voicemail. We're live on YouTube. I'm looking for voicemails, voice messages, and okay. I'm just skipping over you if you're not leaving a voice message. Leave a voicemail, pal. Are we really waiting for voicemails? Are we really waiting for voicemails? I come live to do a voicemail show, to do voice messages, and I literally have somebody trying to leave a voicemail. Terry leaves a voicemail. Thank you, Terry. Here we go. Nev finally left one. Here we go.
What up? I think the quad box should be back tonight, baby.
Quad box is on Fridays, Nev, so it'll be on tomorrow. And hit me with a fantasy question if you've got one, though, Nev. Okay? Hit me with a fantasy question, pal. That's what this segment's about. We want fantasy questions left via voicemail.
Hey, Schmitty. Do you start Sterling Shepard or Tyson Williams this week?
I heard a door open. Does anybody else hear a door open? I looked.
Hey, Schmitty. Do you start Sterling Shepard or Tyson Williams this week?
Shepard for now.
Sorry, that was the wrong players. Kenny Golladay or Tyson Williams?
Okay, you give me wrong players now? Tyson Williams. Now you're confusing me. That's not Nev. That's Chase. I'm sorry. Sorry, Chase. Media's got one.
Smitty, I have a question for your show. What should we do with a James Robinson? Because I know, he's not been good. So what are your thoughts on what should I do with him? Thank you.
Yeah, James Robinson has definitely been awful, pal. I don't really know what to advise you without having too much of the details, but I would say this. I would say try going across position. Whatever you're dealing with a player like Robinson or whomever, and you're talking about, so J-Rob is playing awful. What do you turn J-Rob into? Cross position, going wide receiver is probably the best play. Or going QB upgrade. I don't know who your QB is, but let's say you probably have Herbert because you drafted him in every draft. I like Herbert. I don't necessarily touch Herbert, but I suppose you could look to turn Herbert Herbert into using J-Rob like a Mahomes or Kyler, like if someone that has Kyler is like hurting at running back. But past that, you might not be able to go that route. But you could definitely turn J-Rob, I think, even if you've got to give up a little bit, into a Justin Jefferson. I think especially a DK Metcalf, because he is, I think, worrying people, and they shouldn't be worried. They're looking at Lockett. They're thinking, oh my God, Lockett's the number one there. And for right now, he is. But DK Metcalf is definitely a target. So I would go using J-Rob. I would definitely target DK right now. That's probably my go-to wide receiver acquisition right now in fantasy. Josh Silver.
Hey, Schmitty, it's Silver Rapture. Hey, man, who should I play at the flex this week? Tyson Williams against Detroit or Chase Claypool against the Bengals? Thanks.
Tyson Williams. I bet you guys didn't know Silver sounded like that. I bet a lot of you thought Silver was going to go, hey, guys, my name's Silver. But instead, this is what you get.
Hey, Schmitty, it's Silver Rapture. Hey, man, who should I play at the flex this week? Tyson Williams against Detroit or Chase Claypool against the Bengals?
This man would punch you in the throat. I bet you this man can ride a bull for like 8 seconds.
Hey, Schmitty, it's Silver Rapture. Hey, man, who should I play at the flex this week? Tyson Williams against Detroit or Chase Claypool against the Bengals? Thanks.
Probably Claypool. Claypool, because we're dealing with a committee, right? That's kind of the way I'm thinking. But did anybody else shocked, I'm sure, to hear Silver Rapture come in with a strong voice and be like, what's up, bro? I want to punch you in the throat. This is why he's a bouncer. Okay? This is why he's a bouncer of the show. He's the one that puts everyone in check. Now it makes sense, right? Now it makes a whole lot of sense. Hit that like button on your way in for the voice message show. But yeah, talking about Tyson Williams is tough because he's got a lot of potential. Okay, a lot of potential. But Tyson Williams is in a committee. Tyson Williams not only shares with multiple running backs, one of them named Lat Murray that's going to vulture touchdowns, but he also shares carries with the quarterback named Lamar Jackson. So it's like a running back by committee. And so for me, Claypool, he's got that shot at getting that touchdown. Claypool reminds me a lot of Kittle in terms of how he treats his body. Just throws it around like a rag doll. Eventually, I worry about him getting hurt. But Claypool, until he gets hurt, and he might get hurt mid-game on you, which is the tough part with him, but he's so capable. He's such an alpha. He's the alpha there. He's the alpha in Pittsburgh, and as much as people want it to be Deontay and him both are very, very good. I think Deontay's probably the safer of the two to own. Like, I'm not joking myself here. But Deontay's hurt. And it wouldn't surprise me if Claypool came out on fire in this one. You know, and they need to do something different. Move the ball differently, and I think Claypool gets involved. So Claypool for me, but you wouldn't be crazy going Tyson. And if anybody feels different, drop it in here. Silver's the man. Is Murray droppable? Lat Murray? Probably not. I traded Najee, Tunyon, and Woods for Zeke, Waller. I'm thinking I could have gotten another player. I'm depressed. So you traded Tunyon and Woods. For Zeke and Waller. Oh, Najee, Tunyon, and Woods for Zeke and Waller. That's not crazy, bro. I wouldn't be depressed about that. I mean, I like Najee, and I like that Najee side a little bit, but I also like the Zeke side. I'd rather have the Zeke side. I think he did okay. If you could have got more, it sucks, but, you know, you didn't, and you got two good players. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Mixon trade for Calvin Ridley, good or bad? Give me Ridley. I like Claypool, Silver. You know, anything can happen, man. Tyson could have 3 touchdowns. Who the heck knows, man? This year, so far, this is a crazy year. Not to mention, I have one of my best teams. This team is 0-2. This team's 0-2. I'm gonna have to email it to myself. because I turned off my air sharing for the minute. This team I'm about to share with you is 0-2. It's one of my favorite teams I have. It may not be my best team out of all my 22 dang leagues that I have, but it's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite. I'm not embarrassed of it. I'm going to show it to you all. I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to put it under the stairs in the basement and pretend it doesn't exist and not acknowledge it. Not own and wear my scarlet letter of 0-2 using this team, one of my favorite teams that I have. I cannot believe this team's 0-2. I'm waiting for the email. I tried to airdrop it, but nothing's working in Smitty1.com studios today in regards of air sharing and cloud containment and cloud backup and storage. Everything I have at Smitty1.com studios is giving me problems in terms of cloud connectivity and backing up and air sharing. And of course, where's the darn come on. I emailed it to myself like a minute ago. What is going on here? Hey, Mark, that trade got rejected. I tried to get DK Metcalf using the Eagle running backs and Eli Mitchell in the league that we're in. That got rejected. This is what I was trying to do. Mark, I'm going to put it on screen if that's okay. This is the trade that I just tried to pull off, Mark, in the league that you and I are in together, and it got rejected. I tried to get DK Metcalf. I tried to give up the Eagle running backs and Eli Mitchell. I don't think it's that bad of an offer. I clearly am trying to get the best end of the deal. Who doesn't? I had somebody come at me today in a live stream going, "You're trying to rip me off in a trade." And I'm like, what do you think I'm trying to do? You think I'm trying to give you the best players in the deal? Like, what's wrong with you? Mark, so I got a trade offer I'm torn about, Smitty. Smitty sent me a trade. This is Mark Cleveland super chatting about our trade. You guys, give him honest opinion. Honest feedback here. Smitty sent me a trade for Gibson. He's sending me Sanders and Gainwell and Mitchell, the same exact thing. This is what I sent him, only for Gibson. What side do you guys like? Picture that Metcalf is now Gibson. Would you rather have Sanders, Gainwell, Mitchell? Or would you rather have Gibson? Let Mark know. Let it rain. Answers for Mark. He deserves your attention. Why is this not? I mean, maybe I'll text it to myself. Can I text it to myself? What's going on here? Nothing's working. No, that's not it. Where is it? I'm trying to show you all this trade. Okay, here it is. This is actually this team. Let me show you this team. This team, I'm not afraid to show it, is 0-2. It's playing like garbage, but I love it. It's a 12-team league. Herbert, Kamara, Gaskin, Diggs, Jefferson, Tunyon, CeeDee Lamb in the flex. Oh, there he is. I just got CeeDee Lamb in the flex. I can't fit him into my top 2 wide receiver slots. I just got CeeDee Lamb down there. Yeah, you thought you were done. You're like, okay, good wide receivers. He's got Diggs and Jefferson. I got it. Oh, CeeDee Lamb hiding down there in the flex. Rondell Moore, who I just picked up, so he hasn't been on the roster the whole time. Cardinal defense, I love it. I love that they got cut. Rondell Moore, Cardinal defense, Lamb, Jefferson, Diggs, Kamara, Herbert, 0-2. Like 70 points back from first place in total point race. Just 0-2. Nothing to see here. Just a little regular old week 1 and week 2, 2021, baby. It's insane. This team is amazing. Like, I am proud of this team. I would not, if this team goes 0-16, 0-17, I'm gonna wear it on my sleeve. I would tattoo this team. This exact image on my arm is how confident I am in this group of players. It's crazy. Ziggy, how much time left on my timer?
You have 9 minutes and 40 seconds left on your 40-minute time.
we've got chicken in the oven, guys. So, Ziggy, add 2 minutes to the timer.
2 minutes added.
Thank
You
you.
now have about 11 minutes and 39 seconds left.
Thank you, Ziggy.
You bet.
Ziggy, how good is CD Lamb?
On Saturday, December 28th, C.D. Lamb had 119 receiving yards in Oklahoma's loss to LSU.
He's giving me college information on CD Lamb. Ziggy,
Here's something
is Elijah Mitchell hurt? Be useful.
Here's something I
Be
found
useful.
on the web.
Be useful.
According to NinersNation.com, Mitchell has an abductor strain and will miss a couple of weeks.
Ziggy, is Antonio Brown out for week 3?
Sorry, I don't know that.
So for those that don't know, Antonio Brown tested positive for COVID. We wish him well. That's first and foremost. I don't want to get greedy, selfish, and not think about the man's health. So first and foremost, I want to say, AB, get better, okay? Your health is more important. What did everybody say in regards to the trade? What did everybody say in regards to the trade? Guys, should Mark accept my trade? Should he take the Eagle running backs and Elijah Mitchell, or should he keep Gibson? Please let him know. Please let him know. I'm gonna go to the voicemails in a second. Matt says Gibson. Joel says super chat Smitty. Thank you, Joel. Mark. Okay, I think I'm caught up on my super chats. Joel says, what a week. Will Ayuk's coming out party happen this week? I don't know, man. I think eventually it will. Like, honestly, there's no way Ayuk doesn't eventually pop back off and do well. I just don't know when. Like, I can't tell you to start him. Matt says no. Matt says Gibson. Ultimate Web says Gibson. Eagles running backs and Mitchell is better, Todd says. Trade Gibson. He's injury bound. It's coming. You will see. Hey, this is actually decent offer, says Silver. Mark, pretty decent response, pal. I don't feel like it's I feel like it's a little bit swaying the Eagle running back side of things. Is Elijah Mitchell really expected to be out for 2 weeks, though? Also, Antonio Brown, let me put this on screen, tested positive for COVID. Again, wish you well, first of all, but this news sucked for me because I just pulled off a trade like 5 hours before this news broke to acquire. I still like the deal, but it screws me this week because I acquired Antonio Brown, and I'm like, yes, I finally got that extra player. I did a trade that I had to do because the team lost J.K. Dobbins. It's been depleted. I got to make moves. I'm trying to trade Mahomes as well to break up, the studs that I have into multiple players. And then this news drops. Like, good gracious, man. This season's been a wreck already. Mark, I don't know. I'm going to refresh my email. I think based on those reactions, doesn't sound like I'm ripping you off. So we'll see if we have a trade here. And Mitchell, so Dalvin Cook did not practice Wednesday with the ankle. Sounds concerning, but Vikings coach Mike Zimmer doesn't seem worried. Earlier today, Zimmer noted that Dalvin's a tough guy. He said if he can't play, then there's a reason why he's not playing. Hold on, let me put that on the screen. This is poetic. If he's hurt, then he won't be healthy, is basically how that's how this man talks. If we play football on Sunday, football will be played. This is what Zimmer said right here. Dalvin's a tough guy. If he can't play, then there's a reason why he's not playing. We'll continue to play him. He suffered an ankle injury late in the Vikings' Week 2 loss to the Cardinals. As long as Cook isn't a surprise and active, Zimmer is set on giving him his usual workload. Alexander Madison should be stashed away. Look, we've been talking about Alexander Madison for years, but especially hitting it home this offseason a ton. Like, you need to own this guy. If you draft Dalvin Cook and you don't take Madison, you should be ashamed of yourself, plain and simple. These are a duo. They're like Siamese twins. You're drafting both of them. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You're drafting both of them because if this dude goes down, Cook, and he went down twice on Sunday. They brought like the stretcher out, okay? They're like a body bag, and they said, we're taking him home. And then he gets up and plays. And then the second injury, the ankle injury. It's like, okay, get the stretcher, get the body bag, play the violins, everybody say their goodbyes, and then he gets up and comes back in the game. Like, this man continues to be out for the season in games multiple times per year now, and then comes back on the field. Like, if there's anybody that's not going to escape this eventually, it feels like it's going to be Cook. Like, Madison, I feel, will start at least a couple games minimum this year. I could be wrong. That is not science. That is not any kind of backed up thinking. It's just my gut. And what a team. This team's 0-2. Absolutely love it. All right, back to the voicemails. Which is, like, what might I add, is taking you guys a long time to drop them. I'm just going to say. Oh, I got another offer here. Maybe, but it's going to take a lot more. So send an offer over, but it might have to be beefed up a lot if you're going to take him out of the deal. That's how you trade. You got me? That's how you trade. Like, no. Working a deal right now. Terry with another voicemail.
Hey, Smitty. With AB out, what's your thoughts on Chris Godwin this week?
I think Chris Godwin's going to have a big week if AB is out. I think Mike Evans is going to have a big week. You know how these things go. You expect something, you get something different. Welcome to fantasy football. So, wouldn't shock me if Brady struggled and neither Evans or Godwin capitalized on no AB. It would be hard to imagine. This offense looks good, but yeah. I mean, I think Godwin goes up a little bit, and so does Gronk, so does everybody. Of course. Ziggy, how much time on the timer? Ziggy, how much time left on the timer?
You have 3 minutes and 50 seconds left on your 42 minutes.
Ziggy, what is wrong with you?
Do you need to place an emergency call?
No.
I can help you with specific questions, like how to connect to
Ziggy,
Bluetooth.
Ziggy, no.
Anyways, call me crazy, Smitty, but I am buying low on CEH now because I believe he's going to turn it around, and I think he's going to end up being one of the best backs in fantasy by the end of this year.
Look, official, I'm not going to make fun of that take. Like, I understand everyone hates Clyde Edwards-Helaire right now. Like, like, you own Clyde. You literally are DMing me about 4 times a day, and I appreciate that, by the way. You know, emailing me, leaving me voice messages. Hey, I can't believe Clyde. The whole world was wrong on Clyde. Clyde sucks. Get Clyde out of here. Clyde's worse than Ziggy. You hear that, Ziggy? He can't even respond. You know what you are? You're a second-rate version of computer. Computer, is Eli Mitchell playing week 3?
According to BassMusicianMagazine.com, he now resides in Los Angeles.
Oh, she's worse.
And is pursuing his
Computer,
career by
stop. I don't know which one to turn to now. Both of them are a mess. What was the question?
Anyways, call me
Forget.
crazy, Smitty.
Clyde. I understand everybody's upset at Clyde. I get Clyde fumbled the ball and gave the game away. I get everybody wants to assume they know what Andy Reid's going to do. And what they would do. They would put Clyde on the bench. They would actually trade Clyde. They'd actually cut Clyde. They would actually cut. You would actually cut Clyde. All of you would cut Clyde. You cut him. And I don't know that Andy Reid feels that way. So while we're all going to be very reactive to Clyde in his situation and be upset at him, and I get it, and I'm mad too. I'm mad. I am mad. I'm frustrated. I own Clyde in a handful of leagues. But I'm going to buy him low when I can buy him for almost I want to cut him type value. Okay? Or throw him into a deal where I'm literally taking like an Adams, turning it into a Ridley, a DK, or a Justin Jefferson and say, give me Clyde. Just throw him on in. Like, maybe I'll bench him. I don't know what I'm going to do with him. But give me Clyde in a deal where I'm getting a player I like quietly. Don't tell anybody as much. Trade CMC for Najee and Dynasty? Probably not, because of what McCaffrey can do for even 2 years. Okay, so I don't blame your stance. I'm sure a lot of people don't share it, but who cares? Do you, pal?
Hey, Smitty, how you doing? I left the voicemail the last live you were on, and we were discussing about how I can make a move to possibly get more running backs because I was stuck with Swift, Darius Smith, Chase Edmonds, and Cordell Patterson. Today, I was able to make a move that involved Kenyon Drake. I was able to get Kenyon Drake, and I only had to give up Cordell Patterson and Michael Gallup. How does that look for me as a team? Did I win that deal or not? Thank you.
I don't know that Kenyon Drake is going to be better than Patterson, to be honest with you. I hate to break the news to you, pal. Ziggy, give me 2 more minutes.
2 minutes.
Hey, Ziggy, will I burn my chicken?
This might answer your question. Chicken is generally considered an edible food. Always contact a healthcare professional for specific concerns about
He doesn't know.
or dietary restrictions.
Okay, Ziggy, stop. Ziggy, belch.
I would if I could, but I can't, so I won't.
Computer, burp.
Believe it or not, there's no gas in the cloud.
Neither one of them will do it. I like Cordell Patterson a tiny bit more than I do Drake, because you got Jacobs in the way, and I know Jacobs is banged up, but Cordell might carve a permanent rollout, and he's a wide receiver, running back eligible guy. So don't get mad at me, pal, but I don't know that I love that.
So now my roster consists of Kirk Cousins or Derek Carr, Darius Smith, Chase Edmonds, Calvin Ridley, Keenan Allen, Kyle Pitts, Rondale Moore, Jacoby Myers. I have Kenyon Drake now, which is the addition that I got for the Cordell Patterson swap. I have Tyrell Williams, Darius Slater, Laviska Shenault, and KJ Osborne.
Bro, you asked me.
The question for this one is now, what can I move to possibly upgrade even more on running back, or should I stick with the depth that I have and roll with that for a couple weeks?
I'm trying to be gentle. You asked me for my opinion for a reason, but I don't think you have much depth to be like hanging on to either, though. Like, this is let's be honest, this is a kind of a rough squad. And pal, you probably draft a couple other teams that are really, really good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to say that I have teams that have got hit with injury that feel really weak, but this team is not like something you wait on. Like, you got to make some moves. You got to trade high. You got to try and get 2 players for 1. Ziggy, add 2 more minutes. But if you burn my chicken, Ziggy, add 2 more minutes.
2 minutes out.
If you burn my chicken, I want to be pissed, pal. I don't know what to tell you, pal. I don't know what to tell you. I don't think I feel like this team requires like an 8-hour phone call to fix. And that's just me being honest. Like, let's hear your third message.
One more thing I forgot to add. Do I stick with this roster, or do I add pieces to move for a better running back, or add pieces to move for a wide receiver?
You know, you have Ridley. I forget all your receivers. You had a good receiving crew. You had Ridley. You had, Jacoby as like a 3rd or 4th. You're going to have a couple of these guys play really well, but you definitely need a running. And maybe I missed a running back. Maybe you said somebody that you had that I missed. And so, but you definitely need to try and figure something out. But don't just start diluting things. You know what I mean? Like taking Ridley and turning him into two players that are not near as good, and then I'm like, bro, you made it worse. Like, you gotta try. I'm gonna listen to it later. I'm gonna try and work with you a little bit. I'll try and message you and see if we can help revamp some things, pal.
What up? I think the quad bike should be back tonight, baby.
Okay, I already heard that one.
All right, Smitty, I'm catching on. So, Justin Jefferson
Catching on.
or Debo Samuel this week?
Oh my God. No, you're not catching on. Justin Jefferson or Debo? I know Debo's playing good, but you don't. You start your studs, man. You can't put JJ on the bench. Like, here's the thing. I'm not telling you to put Debo on the bench. I'm not telling you that. But you drafted Justin Jefferson as your wide receiver 1. If here's your wide receivers, and never, I appreciate you, pal. I love that he's like, I'm catching on. Friday is Friday, Thursday's Thursday. I'm catching on, pal. Ziggy, these are the quickest 2 minutes ever. These are the quickest 2 minutes ever. Ziggy, stop. Hold on. I'm sorry. I gotta get this chicken out. Maybe I can take you with me. Okay. We gotta get the chicken. What's up? All right, hold on. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. There we go. Bacon wrap. Chicken. Turn the oven off. Chill the Cokes. Cokes chilling. Oh, no, God. Jeez. There's water everywhere. Okay, get those Cokes out of there. They're all chilled. Okay, we're back. Hold on. What are we watching? Okay. We're back. Captain Spock says American Coke suck. Get the Mexican Coke. I like the Mexican Coke in the glass bottle. I do like it. It's just it doesn't necessarily make sense the amount of Coke I drink and consume to have glass bottles everywhere. All over the house. Did he pull that out of the oven barehanded? Yes. Okay. Who was this? Nev? Who was this? Miss Smitty gonna slip on the floor, bro. Oh yeah, I don't think I got any water on the floor. But you guys see that water pouring out? It was like pouring out. Thanks for the super chat, pal. I think I'm caught up on supers. Grab that chicken, bro. It's done. Thank you for the super chat. I need a Smitty and Ziggy web series. I might do that. He's going to be in the fantasy football show. Ziggy, shut up. Mark says, I got an Edmonds, Gibson, Carter, and Patterson. That's my current running backs. The trade could help. So Mark wants to know, these are his running backs. He's got Edmonds, Gibson, Carter, Patterson. That's my current running backs. Mark, I think you just sold the trade. So, I'm sorry, Nev. This takes priority. So Mark has only Gibson. And guys, give him honest feedback. Patterson and Carter. And I offered him the Eagle running backs and Mitchell. Do you think Mark should trade Gibson for the Eagle running backs, both of them, Gainwell and Sanders and Mitchell? Maybe I shouldn't be doing the trade. Maybe I should be doing the trade, Mark. Kind of wondering about it at this point. Okay, who was I helping? Oh, Jefferson or Debo? You drafted here. Let's play the question again.
All right, Smitty, I'll catch on. So, Justin Jefferson or Debo Samuel this week?
Jefferson, you drafted right here. Debo, you drafted right here or right here. Your wide receiver 3 or your wide receiver 4. You may have even picked him up. How on earth, Nev? How on earth are we talking about? No. Not 3. No. Not 2. No. You're talking about Debo as your number 1 wide receiver option. What are you doing here and here? Are you really going to sit Jefferson for Debo? That's a negative. I'm not saying don't figure something out and get Debo in your lineup. Counter offer? Did Mark send a counter offer? Okay, Mark's trade proposal. Mark is offering me this trade right here. Should I accept it live on the air? Devontae Williams, Sanders, and Gainwell. That's going to be a negative. I can't trade Devontae, but I appreciate the offer, Mark. Devontae ain't going anywhere. But I appreciate everybody else helping Mark make the right trade for his team. To be honest, Mark, like my thinking with that trade for the Gibson, my advice is that Gibson's probably a little bit better, like a better option. Like I would rather have Gibson over the Eagle running backs. But given your running back situation that you have no other running backs at all, Gainwell and Sanders is safer than just Gibson potentially. But I still like the upside of Gibson more. So I don't blame you for saying no. And my advice to you comes first before my team. And that's kind of how I feel about it. Okay, Nev. I think I answered your question. Let me go and see if you got another one here.
All right, Smitty, so I need some help. I got Diggs and Adams at my 2 receiver spots, and then Najee and Miles Sanders at my 2 running back spots. I need you to pick 2 out of these guys. Justin Jefferson, Debo Samuel, Tyson Williams, Myles Gaskin, and Cordero Patterson for my flexes. Thanks.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Justin Jefferson, potentially top 1 to 5 wide receiver walking into 2021, plays 2 weeks of football, scores a touchdown. Okay, what were his stats last week? Let's put this into perspective, because like I feel like I'm not doing my job. I feel like this is on me. I feel this is on me. Okay, what am I, Jefferson? You know what I'm doing. Last week, JJ had 6 catches for 65 and 1 TD. Granted, in week 1, he had 9 targets for 5 receptions, 71 yards, no TDs. Thielen did good. Osborne's getting lit up, doing great. Osborne's like a wide receiver 1 right now. Like, I get it. You're a little upset. 2 weeks of football have gone by. And a guy that was on waivers in about 50% of leagues in Debo Samuel coming out of week 1, you're going to put him in. After 2 weeks of football, you've decided Justin Jefferson's no longer wide receiver 1. Take a lap. Nev. Take a lap. I could be wrong. Debo's going to outscore Jefferson, and I'm never going to hear the end of it. Nev's going to stop. He's going to unfollow me. But I'm sorry. I can't advise you. JJ, I won't call back in week 1. Good point, Ryan.
Smitty, what's good, boy?
What's up?
You go, man. But anyway, I traded Amari Cooper for AJ Brown. What do you think about that?
Like it.
Also, I drafted Javonte. Like you said, I should. Been waiting. When do you think he's going to pop off and take the lead in the backfield? And also, it's Saquon Barkley's season.
Number 1. Great job. Great job. Number 2, I don't think Javonte is set up yet, but it could happen very, very soon. And I don't know that we're going to have a lead on it. I don't think we're going to have like unless Melvin Gordon gets hurt midweek or comes out of a game hurt, and then it's like he sits and it's like Javonte starting. Like, I feel like that's probably how it's going to happen, actually, if you think about it. It's going to be like, okay, but if it happens mid-game, we're not going to know. We're not going to have a lead on it. Like, hey, both running backs are playing. We're going to go Javonte this week. It's either going to be an injury that takes him out, Javonte finishes strong, or at the end of the game, he's banged up, comes into the next week, Melvin Gordon's a scratch, Javonte's season. If I had to put a number on it, just a random, arbitrary, total guesswork number, I'm going to say week 5 or 6, Javonte's season begins. It's not what we wanted. We all hoped it was earlier, but it could be a blessing in disguise because he won't necessarily hit the rookie wall if we kick him off in the full gear week 5, week 6. Like, he can go literally 10, 11 weeks straight without breaking down. It's like a college season, you know what I mean? And he gets his work in. He learns the offense more. Like, it could be a blessing in disguise. He literally could score like 25 more points playing the whole year than if you condense it down to week 5 on. He's more efficient. He doesn't hit a rookie wall. And at the end of the day, you have like a 25, 30 point difference between 17-game Javonte Williams and 11 or 12-game Javonte Williams. You know what I mean? So don't worry about it. And as for Barkley, I'm not putting it past Barkley to turn it around. I think Barkley could, but you have a couple things still going against you. What do I tell you when we talk about avoiding players? We talk about multiple red flags, right? If there's one red flag, actually we'll use a flag, not a check mark. One red flag, injury. He is susceptible to injury. Another red flag. Okay? Offense. Not only is the offense, it's hard to write and talk at the same time. Not only is the offense garbage. This is a trash can. Not only is the offense garbage, a big trash can. A separate red flag, which is a offspring of this red flag. It's still separate though. No PPR work, at least to the degree that we hoped we could see out of Saquon, a guy that's capable of catching 80 or 90 passes. No siree. Not with a Daniel Jones running around everywhere. No dump offs. This guy's not going to dump off. He's going to run. They're not planning on throwing to Saquon Barkley. Maybe Barkley gets like 35 receptions in 2021. Like Barkley, I believe, I don't know if this is correct, but I believe Barkley had 1 reception in week 1 and I think 2 receptions in week 2. So he's at a whopping 3. Now, we can't just say that, extrapolate that across the entire season. He's playing less time. I get all that. But I don't know about Barkley, guys. I don't feel like it's gonna, the PPR work won't be there. So if he's sketchy, I just don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
Smitty, what's good, boy?
I already played that one. Appreciate that, Austin. Nev, you texted. I'm doing voicemails. Unfortunately, I got to move on.
Smitty, would you trade Jefferson for Cup? Let me know.
What do you guys think in the chat? Jefferson or Cup go forward? Nobody can use points from week 1 or week 2 when you do trades, but yet people kind of like, oh, Jefferson's been, Cup's been playing great. Yeah, he has been playing great. But going forward, will Cup outscore Jefferson? Maybe he will. And if you guys like Cup more, drop Cup. I'd love to see what the consensus is saying. We got 1 Jefferson vote, 1 Cup vote, 1 Jefferson vote. That's 2 Jefferson. Jefferson's over here. Cup's over here. JJ, Cup, JJ, 2 to 6 so far. JJ, Cup. I would say like 70%. 65% are saying Jefferson. I would say 65% are saying Jefferson. I can't blame anybody for wanting either one.
Smitty, would you trade Jefferson for Cup?
So I would say, if it was me, I would probably say I would take Jefferson if it's me. And I know that everyone's going to say, look, it's different, but Cup did rotate with Woods the year that, and it's different because you got Stafford in there, but they have, one's gone off half of the year, the other one's gone off the second half of the year. So I'm not saying that's going to happen. It has happened before. So I think, I think 22 is just saying exactly what I'm saying right now. That he did start off hot 2 years ago and then fizzled out toward the end. I'm not saying he won't be a wide receiver, electric wide receiver 2, like the highest of high-end wide receiver 2s you could find. But it wouldn't shock me if Cup dropped to high-end wide receiver production. Keep in mind, Antonio Brown was everybody's number one wide receiver coming out of Thursday night, opening night football week 1. Oh my God, he's what? And then like a week later, even before the week 2 game kicked off, people were like, yeah, he's a good wide receiver too. Like everyone forgot how strongly they felt about AB coming out of that game. People are very emotional. And it's very easy to look at Cup and be like, okay, Cup is an elite top 5 wide receiver. He's playing that way. And there's no reason to think he can't continue to play that way. But is it likely? I'd probably say Jefferson will be better go forward. But who knows if he'll catch him. Like if you are including weeks 1 and 2, we don't know if he'll catch him. But go forward, weeks 3 on. You know what I mean?
And should I keep stashing Terrace Marshall Jr. or should I drop him?
Terrence Marshall. I mean, stash him, but I need...
Is Joe Burrow a fine start this week or should I pick up Derek Carr?
Joe Burrow over Carr for me. I'm not buying into Carr. Feels like a trap to me. I could be wrong. And Marshall, I don't know. It depends on your option, pal.
Yo, Smitty, is it time to bench Ayuk until further notice?
Yeah, it depends on your options. But yeah, in theory, yeah. And the reason I keep looking confused is I don't know if it's different phones like iPhone, Droid, or where people are talking, but I'll actually have some people's audio come out at the top of my phone and some people's come out at the bottom, so I have to actually listen before I actually turn it. So it's not that I can't remember.
Yo, Smitty, is it time to bench Ayuk until further notice?
So yeah, depending on your options, but yes, he's pretty bench worthy at this moment. Baron, I see your message, but it's not a voicemail, so unfortunately I gotta move on, my man. Media.
Hello, Smitty. I have a question for your show. What should we do with a James Robinson?
Yo, Smitty, can I give you an update on Elijah Mitchell, please?
Yes, give me an update. Give me an update. Okay, where's the update?
Hello, Smitty. Would you trade Clyde Edwards-Helaire for James Conner, Jalen Reagor, and Kenyon Drake?
No, you keep Clyde over that. You're talking about garbage players. I know you're mad at Clyde. Come on the air real quick. I'm going to give you literally 2 60-second plays of this clock, and then I'm hanging up on you, media. And then I'm hanging up on you, pal. Media. Should I trade Smitty? And I love media, but Smitty, should I trade 2 garbage pails? Should I trade Clyde Edwards-Helaire for 2 garbage pails? One is a brand new garbage pail. The other is a red one, like 49er red. Bro, I know you're mad at Clyde. I know a lot of you are mad at Clyde, but you can't. Media, are you coming or what? I know a lot of you are mad at Clyde, but you can't give him away for trash cans. Okay? Smitty, I will say your can was sick. Smitty, I will say your can was sick. I don't know what that means, Nicholas. What is Nicholas trying to say here? I don't know why I'm so hyper-focused on figuring this out, but I don't want to move on. Smitty, I will say your can was sick. What does that mean? I don't know what he means. Outlaw. Jacoby Myers or Cordell Patterson. Look, if you need a running back, you got to go Patterson. You need a wide receiver, you go Jacoby. I know Patterson could be both, but Jacoby I like a little bit more. Only 2 weeks in, this is a potential breakout. Oh, my trash can drawing was sick. That's what he's saying. Where's media? I got to eat my chicken. Media, I have you get 2 60-second plays of the song, and then
Right.
I don't care if you're mid sentence. I'm disconnecting. It's part of the deal, pal. It's no hard feelings. You know that up
Okay.
front, okay? No hard feelings up front.
All right.
2
All
plays.
right.
Go. Give me Elijah Mitchell question, and then whatever question you have.
Okay, so Elijah Mitchell, the update originally was that he was going to be out for about a couple weeks, but then not today, Shanahan said that he has a possibility of actually playing.
So you're telling me
that's
Ziggy
pretty-
lied to me?
Yeah.
Ziggy, you lied to me.
I don't lie. I'll always tell you what I know.
Well, you know nothing. Okay. What's your question, pal? What else you got?
Well, that was my question.
I don't know
that
if you heard my Clyde one, but I was not happy.
I did. All right.
I'm mad at him too, bro. But you can't get rid of him
Yeah.
for like literally a week old, hard-boiled egg. Is basically what you're. Connor's interesting if he was sitting on waivers and you had an empty spot, but you can't get rid of Clyde at that price tag. Not to mention, we don't know what Andy Reid's gonna do. This is your last 60-second go of this. We don't know what Andy Reid's gonna do. Everyone's assuming they know what Andy Reid's thinking and what he's gonna do. But the bottom line is they drafted Clyde. He did fairly well as a rookie. We just had ultra high expectations for him, and he hasn't done anything through 2 weeks. 2 weeks, which makes us all mad, and we're ready to write him off. And then he fumbles the ball, which he normally doesn't do. I'm not saying he feels like a running back one. Don't get me wrong. I'm upset, but I am trying to acquire him from people that are reacting as badly as you are, media. Like, I'm coming after him for that. What else you got, media?
I don't really have any other questions.
Give me a Kittle prediction before I disconnect.
When you mean Kittle prediction, like what I think of him?
Well,
like, so
he's
far?
missing. No one's seen him for 2
Yeah.
weeks. Is he gonna show up to the game?
I don't know why he hasn't been getting the targets. Like, it's very interesting to see why he isn't, because he should be getting it. I don't see why Shanahan would try to be hiding Kittle either, because there's nothing to hide from him.
Did you hear that? The music stopped, media.
So I don't know.
What's the question? Give me the stat line before I hit disconnect. Kittle.
I don't know, bro.
Give it. Hurry it. Spit it out.
I can't give you stat.
You can't even give us a stat line. I'm gonna leave him a message. Media, I want one more voice message, and I want you to give me a Kittle stat line and an Ayuk prediction of when he becomes the Ayuk we've all been waiting for. Give me a stat line. Man, if my life was on the line and I needed a snap reaction, I'm sorry, media, but I'm not going to you, pal. I'd rather go to James Devlin. I'd rather turn to James Devlin than the media if my life was on the line and I needed a fast reaction. I turn to media for a lot of things, though. Media's my boy. Media knows that. Media's my dude. Love media. But I'm turning to James Devlin. Drake says 565 and 2 for Kittle. That would be I'm sure people would love that. Thank you, Joel. Joel's a baller. Damien, I have Devo, Sutton, and DK on my bench. DK on your bench? On your bench, bro. How do you have DK on your bench? Whom should I go for? I have Jacobs, Harris, and Cook, and Mitchell. So you have good running backs. Your listing them out of order is confusing me, though. I don't know if that's Damian Harris or Najee, because if you put them after Jacobs, I'm kind of assuming maybe that might be Damian. But then I see Cook, and I'm like, you're ranking Cook. That's Dalvin Cook, I assume. If you have Dalvin Cook, Najee Harris, and DK on your bench, you need to get DK in your lineup. Okay, media answered.
Ayuk first because I feel like that's the easier answer, but I think Ayuk, it's really been just because of his hamstring that Shanahan and the 49ers are being careful with, because these two games, not as big of a game. So I think really, hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers that it is this week versus the Packers. But if not, I would definitely say it should be week 4. I don't think it would be. We have a 6 bye. I think definitely Ayuk will be more involved before the bye for sure. Yeah.
Thank you, media. So before the bye week, Ayuk season will kick off, just so everybody knows. And he is a pretty solid 49er source, so we're going to go ahead and trust media. 10-team PPR, trade Lamar, Hawkinson, and Sutton for Josh Allen, Pitts, and Jefferson. Lamar, Hawkinson, yeah, punch it. First of all, Cameron, Damien, let me help Damien first. I'm procrastinating here. Damien, I'm confused by your message. I appreciate your super chat, and you're my boy, Blue. But I don't know if you're talking about Damian Harris and you only have Dalvin Cook and then these two, that makes sense. But Damian's pretty good. But you need to get DK into your lineup, and you need to tell me who else you have. Like, give me your entire team. Okay, I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to look for your avatar, and I'm going to come back to you. Okay? Because I need to help you, but I need more information. Cameron, bro. First of all, bro. We're going to leave the trash can right there. Don't take offense to the trash can. We just want to keep it in sight. That has nothing to do with your team, okay? So we're going to draw around the trash can. First of all, Lamar and Allen, if you want, you can call that a wash, okay? Let's call it a wash just to call it a wash. But I like Allen more going forward. I get to pick whoever I want. And if I like Allen more, I like Allen more. I can understand if someone else likes Lamar, okay? Hawkinson, the Hawkness monster, versus Pitts. You could definitely argue either one. Some will say, okay, this is a little bit of an advantage here. So a little bit of an advantage, but not much. I would almost say it's near equal. Okay? Greater than or equal to, isn't that how you do it? So, and then you're going to go Sutton versus Jefferson. And I know Sutton looks good right now, and he's definitely, in good position with Judy out for a while. But this is like at least 2 greater than signs for JJ. So equal, in my mind, very close to equal. And then you crush this side. This side is so much better, bro. So much better, in my opinion. Not even close. We are the show. That is correct, Terry. Without you, I don't exist. Without you, I'm in a room by myself doing nothing. So don't ever let me forget that. And tell me often. If I say something, you say, Smitty, we're the show. You're not the show. Sit down. Joel, thank you. You don't want to see Terry mad. You don't want to see Terry mad. Or it's Silver. You guys hear Silver? This is Silver. Anybody that's talking back to Silver Rapture, I want you to know what you're dealing with before you open your mouth and start rolling your... There you go. This is Silver.
Hey, Smitty, it's Silver Rapture. Hey, man, who should I play at the flex this week? Tyson Williams against Detroit or Chase Claypool against the Bengals?
Silver, tear you up. Silver's got a belt buckle on when he's sleeping. He sleeps with a belt buckle about that big, Silver Rapture, in a lazy boy, spit and chew with a rifle. You go near his house, he kicks that front door open. What are you doing here, boy? I'm just the mailman. I'm just dropping your mail off, sir. All right, leave that mail right by the front door. Get out of here before something happens. That's Silver. Silver Rapture, man. Oh. That's right. Silver, you got a belt buckle on right now, don't you? That's about this size. You got a belt buckle bigger than my HeySmitty.com phone. You have a belt buckle as big as both of my phones together. And you're wearing it right now, aren't you? My food is cold. Ziggy, how long can chicken stay good sitting out?
This might answer your question. Storing cooked chicken at room temperature is not recommended. Storing raw chicken parts at room temperature is not recommended. Storing raw whole chicken at room temperature is not recommended.
Thanks.
Of course.
Okay, I think I'm out of here for the night. Let me see if there's one more voicemail we can hit real quick. Big Dog.
Hey, Smitty. Yeah, I'd appreciate that guy. The name.
Oh, wait, hold on. Here's what Big Dog.
So he probably sent out.
Hold on.
Hey, Smitty, need some help in the flex. I got Kenyon Drake, Cordell Patterson, Brandon Cooks, Tyson Williams, Jamal Williams, Michael Carter, Marcus Callaway. Can't make a decision. Too deep of a bench. Help me out here.
I was hitting the wrong button there. Let's see. This is Spencer,
Smitty,
not.
Need some help in the flex. I got Kenyon Drake, Cordell Patterson, Brandon Cooks, Tyson Williams, Jamal Williams, Michael Carter, Marcus Callaway. Can't make a decision. Too deep of a bench. Help me out here.
You probably got to go with Cordell or Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks is probably safer. Todd, get the May Smitty. Time to make chicken salad. Damien, I appreciate your super chat. Damien, I don't know if you can answer my question though, pal. I'm trying to help you. I need to have your full team. Oh, here it is. Damien did respond. He's like, I already did it, pal. Get with it. Get with it. Joel, your chicken, and catch y'all later. Thank you, Joel. Appreciate your super chats, pal. Thanks for keeping the lights on. Hold on 1 second. Ziggy, studio off. Thanks for keeping the lights on. Ziggy, studio off. Thanks for keeping the light. Oh, the lights went off. Joel, I appreciate you. Joel's going to get us the lights back on next show. I sent a super chat. Jason sent a super chat. Thank you, Jason. Got Zeke, Clyde, Damian Harris, Pollard, Michael Carter, Lockett, Cooks. Okay. So you've got Zeke, Clyde, Damian Harris, Pollard, Lockett, Cooks, Juju, Ayuk, Elijah Mitchell, Kittle, Brady, Fields, Harrison, Cooks for running back or wide receiver. Yes, I would definitely trade Cooks and Harris. That's exactly where my mind would go. I'd sell Lockett high too. If you can get like a Hill or a Adams or Ridley or Jefferson, I'd sell Lockett for that right now. I would. That's me though. Trust your gut. But I'm a little confused at the DK on your bench. That part was what confused me. Or that wasn't Jason. I'm sorry. I'm reading the wrong one. I need my chicken. Have Dalvin Cook and Mitchell at running back. This is the Damien. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. Dalvin Cook and Mitchell at running back. Start receivers are Adams, Diggs, and Ridley. Okay, that's why you've got DK on your bench. Holy crap, bro. Is this a 14 league or what? Adams, Ridley, Diggs, love it. DK, love it. With Tyler Lockett and Thielen, but looking to upgrade at running back. your running back was Damian Harris. Okay. So go try and get Najee Harris using DK. Go try and get Najee Harris using Ridley or DK, either one. Try and get, you can maybe trade Damian Harris and DK for Kamara. You could probably trade DK and Damian Harris for really any top 4 running back, top 5 running back. Take a stab at all those for sure. But don't be afraid to use 2 of them. Use Damian and yeah. Use Damian and Lockett. Damian and whoever. Kamara. Go after Kamara. Even Zeke, if you can get your hands on Pollard too. But even Zeke, I would go get. Jason, I'm sorry. Jason, I would still, advice applies to you as well. Harrison Cooks for Elliott. You know, or Harrison Cooks for Kamara. Preferably Kamara. And Kamara's a little cheaper than he should be right now. I would also look to trade Lockett. I wonder if you could trade Lockett and Damian Harris for... Would you guys trade Lockett and Damian Harris for Kamara or Dalvin Cook? Or would you, or Henry? Or would you rather have Lockett and Damian Harris? I think I'd rather have the running back. The one running back. Ziggy, studio on. Okay, I'm out of here. Appreciate all you. We'll get back to voicemails tomorrow. The Fantasy Football Show live is airing tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget my live stream schedule is as follows. I keep putting that up. That's not it. Let me delete that. I keep selecting that. My live stream schedule is as follows. Tomorrow, Thursday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern. Join me. We'll do more voicemails. We'll do more Q&A. And then every Friday and Saturday night, I'm live midnight Eastern until whenever we decide. And then 1 hour before kickoff of the morning games on Instagram at the Fantasy Football Show, where you're leaving me these fun voice messages every single time we jump on the show. Lately, at least. I appreciate you. Going to eat chicken. Did I miss a super chat? I don't think I did. Thank you, Joel. Thank you, Damien. Damien, DM me on Instagram if you want further help. I don't mind helping you since you've been... I don't mind helping any of you, but my DMs are slammed. But I'm going to look for your super chat. Cameron, I'm sorry I missed this. No, I didn't. I attacked this. Okay. Damien, I think I've taken care of everybody. Appreciate you all. Later. Hit the thumbs up on your way out and leave a comment if you don't mind. Peace out. See you tomorrow. Ridley or Lamb? I mean... even, bro. Chat, Ridley or Lamb? Tabern says, can you check my message? Tabern, just because it's you, pal.
What's up, Smitty? Really hurting at RB2. Need some suggestions. Right now my team is Murray, Gibson, James White, Stephon Diggs, Calvin Ridley, Logan Thomas, Allen Robinson, and on my bench I have Pollard, Michael Carter, Gainwell, McKissick, Devontae Smith, and Pittman. Thanks, man. What's up, Smitty? Really hurting at RB2. Need some suggestions. Right now my team is Murray, Gibson, James White, Stephon Diggs, Calvin Ridley, Logan Thomas, Allen Robinson, and on my bench, I have Pollard, Michael Carter.
Okay, so try and trade A-Rob maybe for a running back. Try and get like a Najee. Try and get I would say Gibson, but you got Gibson. You could go to the Josh Allen owner, see what running backs he has. See if he can send you a legit running back for an exchange of Kyler Murray and Josh Allen. Go to the Herbert owner, see if they can give you a better running back than the Allen owner would need to give you. That's where I'd start, man. I'd start with Josh Allen and Herbert and try and see what you can turn Kyler Murray into and go from there. But keep your wide receivers if you can. I love those 2 wide receivers. If you can pair them with a bigger gun, you'll be good off. All right, later, everybody. Appreciate you.